Doug Miller.
Good evening, Doug Miller, Scranton. Just like to respond to some of the statements I made last week. I understand wasn't here for motions, but I understand that some of my statements were rebutted during motions by Mr. Loscom in terms of my characterization, as I was quoted in the newspaper, of saying we are raiding the workers' comp fund. Well, let me just clarify a little bit of what I said last week and how I still think it's a completely asinine idea. We all know we owe the unions a lot of money, $20-some million. That's not even including the interest. That grows every day. So I think we could all agree one thing, gentlemen. We don't have that money, correct? Do we have $21 million at this time? Do we? Okay. Okay, so now we want to go ahead and we want to borrow $5 million. Okay? We're asking the state for permission to use the workers' comp fund as collateral. The collateral. Okay. So let's define what collateral is. And while we define what the collateral is, let's take a look at the city's history of loans and how we have a history of repetitively defaulting on loans. And so that's where the, quote, collateral comes into play. So we want to borrow $5 million that we don't have. So before I even go any further, let me ask this question. We borrow $5 million. Gentlemen, where's the $5 million coming from to pay back that loan? Do we know? Okay, so we don't know. Okay, so that's where our collateral comes into play. Unless, you know, with the expression on your face, unless you have an answer, do we know where the $5 million is coming from?
I am aware of the proposal that's being made, yes.
Okay, well, where's the money coming from to pay the loan back?
It's a proposal that's being made to the state.
Could you please share that with the public?
No.
I think the public has a
Not
right
at
to
this
know that.
time.
And why is that?
Because it's still in negotiation stage.
Well, I just think that's deceptive and deceiving the public. There's no transparency.
I'm not deceiving anyone.
No, you are. I asked a question. I think the public has the right to know where the money's coming from. We're taking out a $5 million loan, money we don't have. Yet again, we continue to borrow and borrow and borrow to pay back. And it's just the repetitive effect that gets us nowhere. And you know darn well we're going to default on the loan because we have a history of it. So you mean to tell me all of a sudden, miraculously, we're going to come up with $5 million without putting the screws to the people by raising taxes obsessively, raising fees like we've done in the past? So, you know, you could snicker. I mean, that's fine. I understand how you are as an individual. So you could roll your eyes all you want at me. I really, doesn't affect me. I understand you have a lack of professionalism, so I'm going to shy away from that. I know it's comical, Mr. McGoff, and believe me, it's just as comical to me, too, coming here and addressing you every week. But believe me, I don't do it for you. I just feel that the public should know how we're paying this loan back, and I think they should know that. Quite frankly, when it comes to the collateral, yeah, in a sense, we are looting the collateral. We are tapping into the workman's comp fund, and I just think it's a real troubling thing. And so you could twist my words all you want, but because the city has a history of defaulting on loans, you know darn well that when it comes time to pay the piper, they want their money. And how are they going to get it? They're going to reach into that collateral, which is the workman's comp fund. And that's why it's a completely ludicrous thing to do. And the fact that we have a proposal, I can't wait to hear this grand proposal. I really can't. We've had a lot of wonderful proposals, and we see where they've taken us. So, you know, it's just ridiculous. And, you know, just goes back to, you know, the frustration, the lack of transparency in the government. Again, nothing's changed. We can't get answers to simple questions. You know, I come here this evening, second week in a row, as minuscule as it sounds, but a simple thing is going to wash my hands. We can't even put soap in the soap dispensers in this city, in City Hall. I mean, are things that bad? We can't even refill the soap dispensers? We can't keep the lights lit on the Electric City sign. All of a sudden, we just woke up one day and realized that. I've noticed that for the last 6 months. I just haven't addressed that. So, no swimming pools. You know, the list goes on and on. We can't maintain our streets. You know, now we have to give federal funds back because we're so incompetent and inept and we can't keep simple accounting. I mean, you know, it's just completely frustrating and we can't get answers. Everything's a joke. You know, we're treated with disrespect. You know, the gentleman this evening, I agree. Yeah, should we meet in August? We probably should. Have there been times in the past on special instances or certain situations where we have had, special meetings of council, that's happened. But why even have these meetings when nothing productive even happens? We talk and talk and talk. What comes out of it other than we all know we can work together and get along? Other than that, it's business as usual, and it's pathetic.
Mr. Miller, I just wanted to correct the record. I was the one that, as you stated, discussed the collateral, but I didn't mention any speakers' names. That was the newspaper. I just said one of our speakers.
No, and I know you didn't mention me by name. I just wanted to clarify what I was trying to say was that knowing the city's history on how we have an inability to pay things back, my fear is that, I just have a scary feeling that it's going to backfire on us and that workman's comp fund is going to be jeopardized, and that's not what I want to see happen. I want to see the plan, this miraculous plan that Mr. McGoff won't share with us. Let's see it and how we're coming up with the $5 million. That's a lot of money.
Thank you, Mr. Miller.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Mr. Wright-Hetman?